Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
The former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi is still out to lambast Bola Tinubu's government left, right, center, and he has been joined by the ADC. But this time around, he's talking about one of the issues that is currently trending in the country, which is the hunger bite on Nigeria. And guess what? There's a latest statistics that has come out as it has to do with the hungriest countries in the world. And you get to know the position of Nigeria right now as Peter Obi has also dragged Bola Tinubu over fake statistics that they have been rolling out to convince Nigeria when the results are nowhere to be found. Now, you'll be shocked that what Peter Obi has said was confirmed during the weekend by a former APC chieftain who had traveled across the country. He said he went to Lagos, Abuja, Kwara State, and Cross River State. What he has seen is beyond what the mouth can say. But first of all, let's look at what Peter Obi very early in the morning had to send out to Bola Tinubu's government. And according to him, he says in his tweet that in November 2022, while campaigning in Delta State, the APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu, now the president, berated other presidential candidate. He was ashamed to call his name, saying, "Now statistics we go chop. All I want is to put food on the table of Nigerians." Now, 2 years into his 4-year tenure, Nigeria is classified as one of the hungriest nations in the world, with millions of Nigerians not knowing where their next meal will come from. President Tinubu is now overfeeding Nigerians with wrong statistics from wrong unemployment figures, wrong inflation figures, and now GDP rebasing, all to put a positive spin on our deteriorating economy and household condition. Governance is not a rocket science. It is not a gamble, like I have always reiterated. It requires sincerity of purpose, character, competence, capacity, and compassion. A new Nigeria is possible. PO. That is what he has to say. But then let's also look at what a chieftain of the All Progressive Congress have to say about the situation of things in the country as he had traveled across board, and he has something to tell us. But I tell you the whole truth, you'll be shocked what he has to tell Nigerians. Now, according to the former APC Presidential Campaign Council member Cletus Obun, he has revealed that many grassroots party leaders are facing severe financial hardship despite their party being in power. Speaking in an interview, Obun shared his observation from his recent travel across multiple states about the condition of APC leaders at the local level. According to him, he says, "I just came back from Lagos, Kwara State, and Cross River. I discovered that most of my colleagues can barely make ends meet. And if people who are in a ruling party and who started a party and prided themselves as those founding a party that broke the genes of opposition winning are in that condition, only God knows what is happening to the rest of the people." The former campaign council member also criticized the manner in which political appointments are distributed, claiming they provide insufficient benefit to recipients. According to him, he says, "So to that extent, even those who have appointment are given appointment in such a grudging manner that it doesn't benefit and can't take care of those who are there." The APC chieftain noted that tensions within the party have escalated as expectation of electoral success in 2027 diminished due to widespread disappointment among members across multiple fronts. He particularly highlighted the frustration of foundation members who originated from the legacy party that formed the APC, including the Action Congress of Nigeria, All Progressive Grand Alliance, Congress for Progressive Change, and other constituent groups. The APC leader expressed concern that party loyalists who invested personal resources to sustain the organization during its formative years when there were no government benefits to enjoy, are now being overlooked. He noted that these dedicated members who serve at various levels from wards to local government and state positions, including roles as state chairman, national executive, and committee members, are being systematically neglected despite their foundational contribution to the party's development. This is really, really serious, I must say. And I think that is one of the things that Bola Tinubu has not really cared to look at. Imagine someone who was in PDP, enjoying all the euphoria of PDP and all the blessings of PDP, just because he assisted you during the presidential election. You now took him to become the FCT minister. And it's not just one person. It's been happening like that, and it's like, what's going on? Because this is really out of place. But guess what? It's the president's decision. And you can hear that some of them cannot even eat well. And the man is even, Cletus Obong is even wondering, if those who are in power can't even eat well, how about those who are not in power? What is happening to them? It's one big question that Bola Tinubu needs to address, because I tell you the truth that Nigeria truly is the most hungriest nation in the world. Those who are in the United States of America, they keep wondering what is going on in the country, that on a daily basis they are receiving millions of calls. I could still remember Apostle Suleiman, when he was talking about the same issue, he made it clear that he was, out of 1,000 texts that he receives in a day, about 900 and something is not for prayer. So, Oga, I am hungry. Oga, I am hungry. I mean, that's the situation we find ourselves. A lot of people have abandoned project. Project is not even important again. What they are targeting is how they can feed every day. And the big question is, where are we heading? I feel that the position of Peter Obi is a good one. You know why? Some people would have served some of those needs to present it in detail when it comes to campaign period. But early enough, he's letting the president understand, you're not performing here, you're not performing here, you're not performing here, you're not performing. If any good government have an opposition like Peter Obi, you will perfect everything as it has to do with your government. But just like Obi had always said, that this whole thing about leadership is about sincerity of purpose. Most of our leaders are not sincere. They know that the main reason why they got into power was to make sure that they fill their barns with wealth. They make sure that they pick their own people from poverty and kept them in a more solid place where poverty will not come against them. They want to establish fully the difference between the rich and the poor, and they want you to understand that I am in the league of the rich, and there is nothing you can do about it. This is one thing that have gotten the attentions of Nigeria, and how this will be solved is a big question. I don't know how Bola Tinubu will scale through this, because there are a lot of APC members who are aggrieved. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Imagine, for example, in Rivers State. I always make reference to Rivers State because I have a lot of knowledge about things happening there. Imagine in Rivers State, someone was an APC member struggling to establish, and there was another man who was frustrating them, only for APC government to come into power. And you are like, oh, thank God our guy has come in. Let's consolidate and all of that. Only for him to bring that APC man to begin to boss you again. I mean, somebody will say, no be juju be that. And that's exactly the situation in Rivers State. Most of them are aggrieved and they are ready to go after Bola Tinubu. But then, let's wait to see how things